This is a question for both of you. What inspired you to do voice acting?
My answer's pretty short. Like I said, I started film and TV when I was a kid. How old are you?
8.
I was 8 too. There's a lot more Canadian production back then, but I didn't start voice acting until Reboot. And Gary Chalk and I were working on a TV series, a Canadian show called Cold Squad, and did you watch Reboot?
No.
Okay, well, there was the character I play, and that's okay. The character I play, Andrea, I play adult Andrea. So there was another actress, Andrea Leitman, who's an amazing talent. She played young Andrea. So Gary and I are working on this show, and I hadn't done any voice stuff, and he said, they're looking to replace the voice because she grows up really fast. He said, you would be good at this. And I'm like, I don't know the first thing about voice acting. And so Gary worked with me for a while, and I was allowed to audition, and I ended up getting the part. And from there, it kind of grows. So you start to establish a reputation, ideally, people know you. And then, like was said, I realized that I could chop my hair off and not wear makeup and not have to look a certain way, and I could go to work in my pajamas. And today I'm going to be a giraffe, and tomorrow I'm going to be a transformer. And it's like, wow, this whole world opened up that you can just play. And so I never wanted to leave it, and I just keep. Still, it's sometimes you get lots of work, sometimes you don't get any work, but I'll never leave it because it's fun to figure out what you can do.
And you kind of have to lift it off the page more than you would in Cold Squad or your live action. That's why Gary was so good at it. He was a great live action actor, but he knew the difference in animation acting, and you just had to, you didn't want it overdone, but you just had to goose it off the page to give the animators something to animate to. It's got to
lift it off the page
move.
Is a great way to say it.
It's got to have movement. Like when you see Toy Story and the way Woody acts physically, it's the animator and the actor married together makes the performance, and you got to give the animator something as an actor. And live action is just, it's more subtle. It's more in your eyes and face.
Yeah, and like Doug was saying earlier, he's, did the goofy voices or the good voices, and I would be in awe of that. It's like there's lots you can practice, but I came from the more serious side.
But I got into it originally. I was always imitating cartoon or what was it? Commercials, breakfast cereal commercials. I'd always do the breakfast cereal commercial. Yeah, Tony the Tiger and Captain Crunch and all this. And I would do the voices. And then at school, we had this typing teacher when they had these things called typewriters. And they weren't even electric or anything. You had to press real hard and learn how to type. And the teacher would always get us to do a page and hit the timer and leave the room. And then he would come in and he would say, "Finish the line you're on, then stop." And I practiced his voice, and one day he went, and like halfway through the time, I went, "Finish the line you're on, then stop." And everyone got a horrible grade that day. I can make a living at this kind of stuff. So I just started doing funny voices, made a tape of my funny voices, and took it around to the animation studios, and ended up getting hired for the odd little thing.
Thank you.
Okay.